My name is María Verónica San Martín. I'm a multidisciplinary artist and educator from Chile, Latin America. My work deals with memory issues and state of violence, specifically in the dictatorships in Latin America and the involvement of the United States and the CIA, and also the Nazism and far-right politics that are operating nowadays. Coming here to study my master's degree in Washington, D.C., I had to face the image of the White House every time I went to my school. And for me, confronting this big power image that has to do with my identity, my feeling was to start working with who I am, who I was, and what is my identity, what is my country, and what are the relationships between, systems of power with South American dictatorships. This is one of my artist books, one of the very first ones I did. It is a memorial that honors the people, the families of the people who disappeared in Chile. It is a book that, for me, represents a collective memory made of portraits and names, the incomplete list, but that also acts as an institutional critique in the back part of the book. You could see the weaving of the history here throughout the spaces. And it has these strings that symbolize the blood and the color of the leftist parties where the people belong. This is Memorial Landscape Unveiling the Historic Truth of Chile. It is a work that is based on the report on truth and reconciliation that we made after the so-called democracy. These are dry point etchings of the shape of the Andes mountain in black and white and with this Rembrandt technique. So for me, these landscapes represent the beautifulness of my home country, but at the same time, they hold the truth. For me, it's important that my books are all bilingual. My mission is to place these books in public collections here. So it starts with a brief description of what was the dictatorship and then different bullet points from the Cold War. Then I randomly select biographies from what they were doing the last time where they're seen, and the alphabetical order, the incomplete list from the people who were executed and disappeared. So then in the middle of the book you have this other landscape, which is the Atacama Desert, same as the Andes mountain here. So these two landscapes are the ones that represent the identity of our country, but also where the bodies were thrown. That in the backside has the portraits of the people who is inside of the very first part of the booklet. These portraits are made with charcoal powder and silk screen, which is a water-based technique in the opposite of this technique, which is oil-based. It's kind of difficult to reprint this book because you continue living that suffering, so for me it cost me years. But once you are there, then it's like you need to continue doing it and printed it because that's what you should do, I create 4 big monsters, political monsters that I call, made of metal, steel, with hinges, hand hinges. Instead of folding the pages that during a performance, we use them as a prompt. It's part of a choreography of 30 minutes that is activated with a sound music composition I did with a Chilean musician called Diego Las Heras, and then was adapted by Felipe Valenzuela, another musician from Chile. And then that audio activates the performance of these metal books that you open the boxes and we close the box as how many times the trials has been opened and closed. This shape, which we immediately deconstruct, but it's kind of the structure that gave me the possibility to relay these into 3D spaces. This is like how everything starts with papers. So then this is the Colonia Dignidad. Here is the cross, the swastika. You can also see like a bigger cross this way. Then this also turned into the cells, cells like here, cells like this one. I am here at Monira Foundation because I love residencies. I also try to search for spaces that are for myself and for the creation that I'm not able to have during the year. But I also wanted to have these white walls to start new ideas, new projects that are related to the contingency, politics that are happening right now, and injustices that can come out to a new piece of works.